Okay, guys, time for the next update. I've been on my diet for about 9 days now. Again, I started last Tuesday at 268.8 pounds. So a week ago. So in 7 days, I'm down to 262.0. So I've made some good progress. The majority of that, honestly, for those of you who've ever cut carbs out, is from water retention. Carbs retain water, so I've lost a lot of that. I will say that I took measurements again this morning. Most of my measurements didn't change much. The only thing that really changed is I lost an inch off my waist, and I lost an inch and a half off of my stomach, my navel region. That's where I measure at. My chest is exactly the same. Biceps are the same. Mid and upper thighs are the same. Calves are the same. All that. So the only place I've lost it is where I carry all my fat. From those of you who looked at the picture, I carry it all in my torso, just in that area. So as I start to lose weight, it's going to come off there first. My legs stay pretty lean, even as fat as I am right now. You can still, like, in the front of my legs, you can see the veins and things like that. And I still have cuts in my legs just because, I don't know, that's just how they do it. Which is weird because it's not how it used to be. When I first started getting into bodybuilding, my legs were my weakest part. And they were the last things to get lean. And now they just, because I kind of focus on them a lot, I lift legs twice a week. They don't seem to get fat anymore. I mean, I always say I have some fat on it because your body disperses it throughout, but it's one of the things you could show that if you spend years and years of training, you actually can change your body composition on how it builds and all that stuff. It's one of the reasons you can't use the same cut every time you do a show, because your body changes every time. But I'm going into the gym now. I'm doing a late shift at work, so I'm going to be hitting it pretty hard. Probably going to spend about 2 hours in here. I'm going to do back and tries, throw a little shoulders in there. One of the things that I do is I don't train on the weekends, and it's not because I'm lazy, but my fiance, future wife, she's a teacher, so she has weekends off. And when we first got together, I just was so religious about the gym, and she likes that I'm into being in the gym. But with my work schedule, because I do retail management, I'm gone all the damn time, and I generally work weekends. So it's my way of making it so that we always get some time together, which you have to have in that balance. If you're going to be that guy who just goes to the gym all the time, you don't fuck about your family, like, they'll be gone. So it's a compromise. We made is I train my ass off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and generally I take Saturday, Sunday off. And if we have a weekend day off, sometimes we'll go do some cardio outside or something. I go for a hike or all that, but we don't go to the gym. And then if I have days off during the week, we tend to go to the gym together when she gets off work instead of me doing my normal routine. So that works for us. You have to find what works for you, but my general thing is, I work, most days 7 to 5 out of town. I come back in, I train after work at the gym, and that's not going to work when we have kids. So we've already talked about the fact that I'm going to have to readjust. I'm not a morning person. I fucking hate getting up in the morning. But once I have kids, I'll have to do that, get myself up at like 3 a.m., hit the gym at like fucking 4 so that I can actually come home and play with my kids, not miss them because I'm so fucking into the gym and lifting weights that I don't give a fuck. Those are adjustments you have to make if you want to be a decent person. You can't just be so into the gym you don't spend time with your fucking kids, or you can go fuck off. So one of the things I'm doing is Monday I generally do back and tries. Tuesday is shoulders and abs. Wednesday is leg day. I generally will try to split up my leg days, and I do like head quad dominant on Wednesdays, and I'll go hamstring dominant on Fridays, and then Thursday is chest and biceps. Sometimes just because I'm trying to focus on my biceps, I will add a little biceps into my shoulder day because it still has a decent enough break before I go into chest day that I do okay on it. And then right now I'm doing a minimum a half an hour cardio every day, either the Stairmaster or the treadmill on an incline. I usually set it to at least 10 to 13 depending on how I feel that day. And I just throw a little biking in just because my doctor says it's good for my knee. When they looked at my knee, one of the things they said is that I have an overly dominant teardrop, and I need to focus on my outer sweep to try and pull my kneecaps back in place a little. They're not really bad out, but that's one of the things they said could help with my knee pain with my bursa sacs being gone, is just focusing on that little area. So that's something I'm going to do. I'm trying to get back into more of my stretching routine and stuff because I'm pretty flexible even when I'm fat, but I've noticed that I have to work more at it. And then obviously because I'm off TRT, my recovery is not the same, so I have to be cognizant of that. I don't want to blow something out. I kind of have to take a little more time warming up too. But I don't do static stretching because it's bad for you unless you're doing it post lift, and I hate that because that's still a huge fad. But dynamic stretching works amazing. Gets you warmed up, helps you lift. I don't get injured in the gym, so it obviously works. And then I don't ego lift. I live to get results. That's it. Um, but yeah, we're just gonna get in here, hit it. I'm gonna try and get a decent workout in, get a sweat in. I'll be back in here all week long and see what we can get done. I'll keep you guys updated later in the week. I'm hoping by next Tuesday to get under 260. I'm trying to maintain as much mass as possible, so I'm not going crazy. The biggest challenge, obviously, is I don't get cravings as much, but like we went to my fiance's dad's birthday party last night, and having to tell her, because she's doing it with me, the diet is we can't have cake. You can't have cake. They made, my wife's Russian. They make these amazing cakes, and it's a huge part of their culture, and we can't eat them. And then they make all these delicacies, and they're wrapped in dough, and just yeah, we can't have it. So her mom, my future mother-in-law, she's awesome. She made a whole bunch of stuff for us that was keto. Teased me about it the whole time, which is fine, but she made them for us, and we got to have dinner with them because of it. But yeah, I mean, everybody's at least being really supportive. We're trying to get things done, trying to get in shape not only for the wedding but just for life, so we can maintain it. And I've talked to her, my wife, pretty openly, fiance, whatever I'm supposed to call her these days, about the struggles that comes with it. Is like I've always been the big guy. I mean, I guess when I first started, I wasn't, but even right now, I'm 262 pounds. I'm 6'3 3/4. I'm a big boy. Most people can't tell I'm fat when I'm in clothes because I have such a decent sized frame, and I'm in the process of trying to not only shred down but lose muscle. And mentally, that's going to be a struggle for me. I'm hoping that I won't have to get to the point where I go see like a therapist or anything like that, but I'm open to it, honestly. I'm trying to leave myself open that if I get to that point, I'm willing to go talk to some people, even if it's just friends, about trying to shrink down and losing that perception of myself as the big guy and just trying to be healthy. Uh, because it might get to a point where even doing what I'm doing, my doctor says I still have to go back on TRT for health reasons. But right now we're playing with it. I haven't done blood work yet, but we'll probably do that in the next couple months, see what's going on. I want to give a consistent keto run before I go get tested, because I know what my levels are at when I'm on hormone replacement therapy. So I really need to see where I'm at after a while, make sure it's all out of my system. It takes a while. I mean, anyone who's ever been on that kind of stuff, it'd tell you like you come off. I mean, it's still in your fat tissue for like a good 12 to 16 weeks. I mean, so you really got to burn some fat out, get the stuff out of your system. It's one of the reasons I might, as I cut down, still maintain some mass in the beginning, is some of it's in your fatty tissue, and it takes a while as it breaks down. It kind of recirculates in your system, and then it'll come back out. But I'm making really good efforts with it. We're not drinking at all right now, which is hard. We went to a wine event the other day for charity, and then we made the decision, because we bought some bottles there because we both like wine, and I'm a huge whiskey aficionado, is we're going to drink maybe a bottle of wine, one bottle, 1 day a week going towards the wedding, and that's it if we drink at all, which is probably a much healthier choice considering, I mean, alcohol is carbs, it's sugar, so it's going to kick you straight out of ketosis. Wine is definitely a better choice, in my opinion, than hard alcohol and things like that. So, I mean, a bottle a week of red wine, 2 glasses each, is not going to kill us. And in generally, it'll probably help a little bit. It's supposed to be good for the heart. So that's kind of what we're doing right now, and then hopefully we'll both make great progress. I know that she says she doesn't, but I can already tell right now that my fiance is leaner. She looks great. I always think she looks great, though. She's the one that complains that she thinks she's fat, and she's not. But that's how girls are. I mean, I guess I'm worse than her sometimes, because I bitch and complain about myself all the time. I'm like a high school girl. Just the mindset of being in bodybuilding. I remember being on stage and being like 5 and 6% and all that stuff, and like last time I talked about it on here, I was 22. That's quite a bit away. And you'll talk to regular people who 22 is decent for them, but they don't understand the frame of reference you have coming from being that lean before and being known as this fit guy. And right now I don't look like a bodybuilder. I look like a guy who's fat, who lifts weights occasionally. So I'm trying to get myself back to that point, because like we had pictures taken the other day where somebody was just taking a picture, and I was like, God, I look like shit. And I generally, when I'm cut, I look really good in dress clothes, and I didn't in that photo. So I was like, all right, we need to tone this back in, get ourselves back in shape, and just really do it because it's the right thing to do. And yes, I am wearing a Street Fighter shirt because I'm still a big fucking kid. Anybody who's ever seen me in the gym, I wear Minion shit all the time. Like, me and my fiance, like, biggest thing we do on a date night is we'll go see a goddamn kids cartoon. We went and rented that Redbox, the Ferdinand movie the other day. John Cena playing a pacifistic bull in a cartoon. I loved it. I love that kind of shit. So, we're going to go hit it. Thanks for guys keeping up with me. And then if you have any questions, hit me up. Thanks, man.